and I didn't get to go down to the River Ranch last time they had that down there, and I'm looking forward to getting to that. So here we go, Taylor Grathwall, 17-year-old girls 3 competitor from Martindale, Texas, coming in for jump number 1, setting herself up with a double weight cut behind the Malibu TXI here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open. Under 17 women's. Taylor Grathwall from Martindale, Texas, going in for jump 1. Really got some speed. Oh, boy, a nice jump. You see how she leaned on that right ski all the way in and it extended off the top of that ramp. Nice jumping for Taylor Grathwall. What do you think, Hank?
Well, that was an excellent jump, Tommy. As you can see, she built up and accelerated all the way into the ramp. Good body position on the ramp, got her lift, good float through the air. And she hits a 119 on her opening jump. So she's got a little bit of work ahead of her. Dad over on the sidelines giving her a few little pointers to try to amp it up a little bit on jump number 2. And she'll take that advice and try to tune up her technique just a little bit. And talking about the Nationals last year, Tommy, I remember that because you were joining me on the announcing team for the Nationals when I got that phone call from you the night before saying, hey, I'm in the hospital, had a jump crash going in for surgery, so I won't be able to join you. And we sure did miss you, and looking forward to having you joining the announcing team again. And also, you're going to take another shot at getting another national title, and I'm sure we're going to have a great time there at San Marcos River Ranch in beautiful Texas. Alrighty, here we go. Jump number 2. Take it away, Tommy.
So Taylor Grathwall from Martindale, Texas, San Marcos River Ranch. Jump number 3 at a 119. That puts her in second place behind Paula Aramillo. So here we go. Setting herself up to see what adjustment she makes. Perfect conditions. Ski chase, Daxas, Alabama. Here we go. Taylor Grathwall, jump number 2. Another nice jump, solid. It's going to be in that same range. I don't know if that's going to be past that 120 mark or not. She has a very controlled approach to the ramp and elevates off the top. She's just probably going to have to generate a little more speed, probably a little later cut down the lake. 123. So there's your 2017. Let's charge her battery when she comes by.
All righty, everybody, let's scream and holler. The fans going wild as she wins on jump number 2, the Malibu 2017 Junior U.S. Open International Girls Jump Event. And Tommy could have a little more speed coming in, but she had good speed and pull from the boat. I thought she had better body position on the ramp, a little taller in her stance as she came off the ramp on the top of her feet and got some good float down the jump lake. And I think that's what assisted her to throw 4 more feet onto that distance from jump number 2. But, you know, one of these great examples of not only a skier but a student. You know, she's at Memorial Early College High School. She's a senior this year. So, you know, these kids take their studying and their education as seriously as they do their skiing. And a basketball player when she's not out there on the water. Let's see what Taylor does on jump number 3.
Here we go. Taylor Grathwall setting herself up for jump number 3. Got a 123-foot scoring jump, which won the event. She'd like to have more. Got a 125 PB. Taylor Grathwall, jump 3. Another nice jump. Got a little float in the air that time. It's going to be right around that same distance. Looked like she might have been a little back on the ramp then, but, man, what a nice set for Taylor Grathwall. Just very consistent to wrap up this under-17 International Women's event here at the 2017 Malibu Junior U.S. Open. Waiting on a distance for Taylor Grathwall on jump 3. 120. So 123 will be her final longest jump, winning the event. So she is your 2017 Junior U.S. Open Under 17 jump champion, Taylor Grathwall. The top 3, as I see it here, we've got In third place, Kennedy Hansen with a 117. In second place with a 120, Paula Aramillo. And your champion, Taylor Grathwall, with a 123. And that unofficially is the top three. So no awaiting here. Immediately into the under 17 men's. Brett Stackpole on the water. Brett is another Texas guy, I believe. He's your first skier off the dock. Illinois, I'm sorry. There we go, Brett Stackpole. He's got his cheering section over here from Dow, Illinois. On his future career plans here after last night's adventure, he's going to be a duck boat captain, it says. Yeah, I believe some of his friends may have been up here editing his bio sheet. Duck boat captain on the water, Brett Stackpole. He's got a personal best of 141, 435 off, and 2580. So an accomplished overall skier from Dow, Illinois. And Brett had to go. So his personal best was 141 when he filled out his bio sheet, but it's new now because he went 147 yesterday. So here we go, Brett Stackpole coming out around. He's coming down the course too, around about 6. Oh, he came down to about 570 right there, Brett Stackpole. This is 32 miles an hour, 5-foot ramp. Brett Stackpole from Dow, Illinois, taking a poke at it. He was late, but riding it, keeping his position and going off the top nicely. Probably squatted just a little at the base, Hank. What do you think?
Well, he came in with some great acceleration, Tommy, just what you need to do, but on his tail just a little bit. Might have been pulling in on his hands just a tad at the bottom to, keep building up that speed in through the ramp, but didn't get the lift that he could have. Had the speed, so if he puts that speed with that punch of a lift, he's going to have a big jump out there.
This charges battery when he comes by here. Brett Stackpole got a 136 on his opening jump, so got a little work to do to get up to yesterday's form. He went 147 yesterday. So future duck boat captain from Dow, Illinois, Brett Stackpole. He's a junior at Jersey Community High School. Somebody edited his bio sheet. His hobbies are long walks on the beach and picnic dinners. Yeah, I can see him doing that. That's what duck boat captains do. I'm not going to talk about that right now. So here we go. Jump number 2, Brett Stackpole from Dow, Illinois. 15-year-old boys 3 competitor in this under 17 international men's. He brought it pretty far down, about 580 it looks like, 585. Brett Stackpole out wide on the Malibu TXI. Jump number 2 from Dow, Illinois, Brett Stackpole loading it up into the bottom. A better jump. You see the extension off the 5-foot ramp right there. That when you can go up like that off a 5-foot ramp, you have done it right. I haven't been that high in the air off a jump since back in the old men's 2 days, Hank. So here we go, Brett Stackpole. 141, so let's give him the hand. He needs to hear us as he comes back by. Brett Stackpole, Dow, Illinois. Yeah, charge him up there. So a nice set. He equaled his previous PB right there. He has a new one of 147, which he jumped yesterday. So we'll see what kind of adjustments he makes. What do you think, Hank?
Tommy, that was a beautiful looking jump. I don't know, that's a hard one to call. He had great speed coming in. He got great lift to go along with it. I mean, it's kind of hard to say what more you can do to enhance that and maybe just get a little more speed and edge coming into that jump. But boy, a gorgeous jump, a 141, jump number 2. It's going to be exciting to see what happens on this third and final jump.
Yes, indeed. A very technically sound jump right there for Brett. I would say at 32 miles an hour, he might try to generate a little more angle and just be a little more perpendicular to the boat, building speed into the bottom. We'll see. Jump number 3 coming up as he comes up. He comes down a little bit more. About 575, Brett Stackpole from Dow, Illinois, setting himself up for jump number 3 here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open, sponsored by Malibu Boats. Here we go, jump 3. He's late and kicks it. Yeah, he's going to like that one. Oh, yeah. From right here, folks, it looked like you couldn't have got a credit card between his skis and the corner of that jump. So, wow, what a nice set for Brett Stackpole, just building from one jump to the other. That's what jumpers like to do, waiting on a distance. I'm thinking 159 feet. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to get his head in his helmet for at least 2 weeks. 159, huge jump and new PB. He gets to update the bio sheet. Man alive. I knew it was a good jump, Hank, but, man, that's a huge distance gap. 18 feet between jumps.
Well, Tommy, I mean, what a thrill for all of us to be sitting here and watching that. But he came into the bottom of that ramp like a Detroit diesel going downhill. He had the speed accelerating all the way into the ramp and lit it up as he took off the top and just soared down that jump lake. Remarkable jump number 3.
Wow, what a show, and no stalling here at the Junior U.S. Open. Next skier on the water, your number two skier off the dock. Also from Dow, Illinois, Will Roberts on the water. Yeah, watch him. I believe that Brett and Will must train together, because I think Will's like, whoa, what did he do there? And I'm digging Will's gloves, too. I don't know if they're red or pink, but they're looking good as he goes down the lake in the speed suit. Now, Will sent them all to school yesterday in this division. He went 170. So, wow. Will had an unfortunate injury last year at the Can-Am Games up in Edmonton. Tore up a knee, I believe. Tricking. Was he trick skiing? Yeah, and didn't get to jump, and he'd had some awesome jumps in practice. But he's back, and obviously it didn't hold him up any. He went 170 yesterday. So Will Roberts from Dow, Illinois. And I know from being a jumper, when you're on the starting dock and the jumpers, before you go out and just bust big ones, you just get excited. So I know he's pumped up now. His buddy Brett jumped a big one. So here we go. Will Roberts from Dow, Illinois, jump number 1 out wide behind the Malibu TXI. Will Roberts barreling in there. Putting his chin right into one. He's not going to let Brett outdo him. If you'll notice, Will, he has his right ski buried all the way, and his left ski didn't even touch the water till about 2 feet before the jump. 168 right off the bat. 168 for Will Roberts. These guys are not holding back, and show him you appreciate that right now as he comes down the lake. Will Roberts. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm going to go get me some pink gloves, Hank, right away, because it obviously helps. Man, what do you think about that jump, Hank?
Well, Tommy, it's just remarkable, and got to chat with Will a little last night, and just, such an easy demeanor, and he's not a real big guy, but, he's like a monster out there on the water. He's so powerful and technically so correct, and doing everything that we chatted about last night, and that's good edge all the way in, building up speed into the bottom. And what a textbook example that was, to watch how he did that, standing tall in his turn, came around tall. As the boat started to pull him, that's when you started to see him drop down into his cut and building all that speed in the ramp to go with the lift. Here we go, jump number 2.
All right. I want you to notice his left ski here, folks. When he bears his right ski, his left ski isn't even touching the water when he crosses the lake and heads to the ramp. He's edging so hard. Will Roberts coming up. Got a 168 scoring jump. Here we go. Jump number 2, Will Roberts. Oh, and he was a little late on that one, maybe, or early. And he decided to go around. That's one of the things people that don't jump don't understand. An early jump is not what you want to take. You want to be pulling all the way through it. So if you're not going to be doing that, just let go around it, ski again. Now, I've got Will's cheering section right here close. If anybody wants to come up and edit his bio sheet like they did Brett's, we'll offer you that opportunity. We're equal opportunity announcers. But obviously no one wants to, so he's got the Boys 2 national jump record, 144 feet. That is at 28 miles an hour. 3-time Boys 2 national jump champion. All Midwest region. Cheer him on as he comes back down the lake. Got one more jump, Brett. Will Roberts, pink gloves and all. He's all Midwest region Boys 2 jump records. Midwest region Boys 2 overall record championships. And he's got a rap sheet, a long rap sheet, and he's a young dude, 14 years old.
Just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So he wants to be a veterinarian. He's a sophomore at Jersey Community High School as well, so he goes to the same high school as his buddy Brett Stackpole. Pretty good list of jumpers that have helped him. Mark Lane, Freddie Kruger, Troy Zoner, Dean Chappell, Ryan Dodd, and Bruce Coondy. That's a respectable group of jumpers. But right now, jump number 3, he's got a 168. He went 170 yesterday. Will Roberts from Dow, Illinois, setting himself up behind the Malibu TXI here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open. Conditions are perfect. So here we go, Will Roberts, jump number 3 into the bottom. Another nice one, leaning on it. I don't know if it's going to be as far as the first one. He didn't quite have the speed at the bottom, I don't think, Hank. Little bouncy through the rakes. We'll see.
7-3, 7-7, 8-3, 7-3. Believe that is a slow first segment, but I don't think it's going to be as long as jump 1.
162. So 168 is going to be what he ends up with. A nice set for Will Roberts as we work our way into this under 17 International Men's Division here at the 2017 Malibu Junior U.S. Open. Beautiful ski chased in Axis, Alabama here. We'd like to thank all the club members. I'd like to thank all the club members here at Ski Chased. What a great event they have hosted here. And a nice place, a great place to watch a tournament. I don't think I've ever been to a nicer viewing venue than this. Just shade trees and cool breeze and nice fellowship. It's what it's all about. Thank you, Mr. Henley and Miss Henley. So, remember, concession stand is open. Knights of Columbus, they've got some good food over there. I'm going to go get another one of those sausage dogs with mushrooms with onions and peppers. As we make our way into halfway through the International Men's Under 17 Jump event. I'd like to thank our title sponsor, Malibu Boats, for stepping up to the plate and sponsoring this Junior U.S. Open. Without our sponsors in this sport, we are nothing. We can't make it by ourselves. We're going to have to raise the ramp. So in the Boys 3 division, or the Under 17 men, you've got an option to go a 5-foot ramp or 5.5. And the next 2 skiers are going 5.5. But I'm here to tell you, our first 2 skiers on the 5-foot ramp have given us a clinic in jumping. They have been beautiful jumpers, and I commend them for that. Mr. Will Roberts, just the move from Boys 2 to Boys 3 has not held him back any. He's excelling like none other. And Mr. Brett Stackpole coming out with an 18-foot difference between jump 2 and jump 3. I'd like to see how many times that's happened to people. With a huge 159. The wind's just perfect. Look at that wind coming down the lake. I'd be licking my chops if I were on the starting dock. If you're a jumper, you understand what I'm saying. We'd like to thank our judges out here, all the officials, all the people wearing the red shirts today. You need to thank them. The red shirt people. 5.5 foot jumpers are going to get up into some nice wind right here. We're going to set sail. We're going to be going into Tobias Georges and Blake Keller as our technical crew. I see Mr. Crenshaw over there getting it. They do this jump raising in record time, and that's by design from our tech TC. So they've got it at 5.5. And the ideal jump ramp is 22 feet 4 inches showing. We'd like to have all the surface and all the height. And I'll bet you our technical crew has made that happen over there. We want it as long as we can get it and as high as we can get it within the rule book. So no holding back here. They've got the jump up and ready, and we're going to be right into business here with Tobias Georges. I'd say after Will Roberts went with those pink gloves, there's going to be a run on pink gloves. So here we go. Back in business. Tobias Georges from Argentina, your number 2 seed skier in this jump event. Actually, Will Roberts was the number 1 seed skier. He should have been last, but because he's going on the 5-foot ramp, they went out first. So Tobias, he went 145 feet yesterday. He's got a personal best of 168. 77.90 in tricks, 2 at 38 off in slalom. A very accomplished overall skier. Trains down at Santa Rosa Beach, Corey Pickus. So here we go. Move the ramp up. We're still at 32 miles an hour, but now we are at a 5.5 foot ramp, and you will notice right away off the top of the ramp, the trajectory of the skier will be up and out. So here we go. Tobias Georges, Argentina. Jump number 1 behind the Malibu TXI here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open. So he decided to go around that one, something he didn't like. So he passed on jump 1. He's got 2 more remaining. Be a good time to ease on down to the Knights of Columbus concession stand and get a good cheeseburger or a sausage dog, or have some cookies and chips and nice things to drink. So go check them out.
Well, we can't thank our sponsors enough for helping make this 2017 Junior U.S. Open possible. Of course, Malibu Boats, our title sponsor, but a big thank you to Alabama Land Title, Dr. Dennis Rivero, D3 Skis, James Henderson Realty, CES Team 1 Communications, Kentwood Springs, USA Water Ski, Masterline, Mobile Arthur R. Outlaw Convention Center, Roberts Brothers, Trustmark Investments, Robertson, Andrew, and Covington Public Accountants. And can't thank you all enough. And, of course, all the folks here at Keys Chas Lake for their gracious hospitality, the JR and Ann, Christy and Jeff, Terry and Bev, David and Bernadette, Roger, Cynthia, Scott, Shauna, so gracious to host me while I'm here, Jim and Sarah. Thank you all so very much. The whole group here has just made it a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And what gorgeous weather, Tommy. All right, coming back, jump number 2.
Yes, indeed, Hank. Here we go. Tobias Georges from Argentina. I think he trains a lot and lives a lot down in Santa Rosa Beach at Pickus Ski School. He passed on jump number 1, so he's kind of in a hole. He's got to get some scores out there. Tobias Georges, jump number 2. Oh, yeah, leaning on it. If you'll notice, when he comes back by, he's got one black edge ski and one red edge ski. And I don't know if that's by design. He was a little shaky at the base right there, kind of a little back, but still put his chest up into it to get a scoring jump. That's what he needed. Right now, 168 feet leading the pack, followed by 159. One of those, 151. So he steps it up from yesterday. Tobias Georges, 151. I would have to think that Brett Stackpole, that 159 is a personal best, a new PB for him. So that's a mandatory re-ride, I think, on that one. Okay, he's got to jump. That was a slow time, and he's got a 151. But if he out-jumps that here, it's irrelevant. But if he doesn't, he gets to come back, and he cannot improve on that score. I know it sounds confusing because it is, but we'll work you through it. On around the island and into the course, coming into the south end of Ski Chase Lake here in Axis, Alabama. Tobias Georges, jump number 3, 2017 Junior U.S. Open. Everything's perfect, wind perfect, water great. It's all good for the skiers. So let's see what Tobias puts together on jump 3. It was a nice jump on jump 1. And no, yeah, here we go. I think that's going to be a little better.
Tommy, I agree. He had much better edge control coming into the bottom. I thought on the second jump, he flattened out, it seemed like a little bit at the bottom of the ramp. This time drove right through it, got great lift, laid over the front of those skis, and a 154. So an excellent third and final jump for Tobias. But I'll tell you, Brett Stackpole has to be tickled pink with that 159. And can you imagine how that felt being jumpers, you know, to go from a 141 and add 18 feet onto a jump? What did that feel like? He must have went, oh my God.
Yeah, coming into this tournament, his PB was 141. He went 147 yesterday for a new PB and 159 today. I'm going to find out what he had for supper last night. Because I want whatever that. Yeah, the duck boat. Maybe I got to go on a duck boat ride. I'm going to shout out to our web viewers out there.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in, watching the 2017 Junior U.S. Open. I love technology, the fact that we can be here in Axis, Alabama, and somebody can be watching this from anywhere in the world there's internet.
And Tommy, a big thank you to Tony Lightfoot, the director, technician behind this webcast, and his company, waterskibroadcasting.com. If you want to watch this event, you can do it at waterskibroadcasting.com. And a big thanks to Tony Lightfoot.
All right, from New Hartford, Connecticut, you're on the water. Your last skier in this division, Blake Keller, 15-year-old from New Hartford, Connecticut. Got a personal best of 160. He's going to need every bit of that and some more. The lead right now is 168, held by Mr. William Roberts, followed by a huge 159 by Brett Stackpole, and a great jump for Tobias Georges, 154. So these guys are turning it up from yesterday. Blake is a junior in high school up in New Hartford, Connecticut. Skis out there at that famous lake at Avon, Connecticut, Old Farm Skiers with the Hinmans and the Hutch Haynes and Wyatt Haynes and Quinn Haynes. This gentleman's granddaddy is Mr. Hinman, and he's been around jumping and water skiing for a long time. So here we go, Blake Keller, jump number 1 behind the Malibu TXI here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open in Axis, Alabama. Big cut for Blake. And not holding back at all. Blake Keller taking it right into the bottom on jump number 1, putting his chin into that headwind. Boy, that headwind is just what we call a confidence builder. I know for me, I'll do things I normally wouldn't do when the wind's blowing in your face.
Oh, 150. I'll tell you, he turns and gets down and locks in really early in that cut to the ramp, and he stays low all the way into the bottom and really explosive off the top. So he's going to need to get a little more out of it, though. He needs a 155 or better to, get him in the top 3. We'll see what Blake can do. And, of course, Grandpa Tom Hidman, one of the greats, the Hidman family, just one of those wonderful water ski family. His mom's here, Jenna, and, they follow these kids all over the place and support them, and it's just one of those wonderful water ski families. And another great story, but, the Hindmans, they're kind of like the first family there out in Connecticut, in the Northeast, and Grandpa Tom, a national champion, a senior world champion, so gets all the great coaching courses. Uncle Dana, one of the best jumpers in the world in his day, national champion, record holder, and boy, just some great coaching and love that helps out. Here we go, Tommy, jump number 2.
Okay, Blake had a beautiful opening jump of 150. He's got a personal best of 160, so he knows what to do out there. See what he does. Like Hank said, he really locks in and stays low into the bottom. Here we go. Blake Keller. Oh, got those Goodmans fluttering a little bit. Nice headwind to kind of keep him puffed up there. He kicked hard. That's when you kick it like that and don't ski through it, you'll kind of get up there in the air and be in no man's land. But he had good air presence and controlled it well.
150, 150.
And that lets you know how hard he's cutting, because even with that, he went 150 again. So Blake, with one more jump remaining, has got to step it up. Right now in the lead, 168, William Roberts, followed by Brett Stackpole with 159, and Tobias Georges with a 154. Skip Mahanlis charge his battery when he comes through here. Blake Keller, he needs to hear us. Yeah, he's ready. He's pumped. Here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open, Axis, Alabama. Looks like Blake might be starting a little hard. If he could just turn his skis and let that boat advance in the course a little bit. And I know that's hard, though, when you're out there looking at a white side curtain to say, oh, I can wait a little bit. It's easy from here to say that, but when you're out there cutting at it, you get a big case of I gotta go. So here we go, jump number 3, the last skier in this under 17 International Men's Division 2017 Junior U.S. Open, Blake Keller from New Hartford, Connecticut. Training's a little tough in the spring up there because it doesn't get warm, so Blake's had a little adversity to get a lot of water time. Here we go, Blake Keller pulling out wide on the Malibu TXI. The wind is perfect right in his face. Let's see what happens. Blake Keller really taking a big old poke into the bottom. Oh, yeah, kicked up on that one. Got some height off that 5.5 foot. No, he didn't ride it. He was a little back on the landing and floated around a little bit, and he knows what that was. We're going to get a reading on that. I hate to even tell him. Let's give him a hand out there. Blake Keller, nice show. We appreciate it, man.
153.
That was a 153 that he let go of there. 153, so it's not quite as heartbreaking because that wouldn't have put him into the podium spot. So now we got our technical team going back out there. We're working them pretty hard over there. They may have to get some oxygen going back out to lower the ramp back to 5 feet for our under 21 men's division. So I think they're going to have to go from down to either 5 or 5.5, and then we'll go back up to 6. So we have to oil the hinges on that ramp for this tournament. All right, you're on the clock, guys. We got the stopwatch running. We'll see what kind of professional ramp team we've got here in Ski Chase, Axis, Alabama. Yeah, this is for the women. I'm sorry. So it will be going back to 5, I think, and then up to 5.5 for the last woman, lady, I should say.
Bob, just so you know, I'm over here. We're working as a team to keep an eye on Hank. We're not doing a very good job shooting for the Mobile stands. You guys are here. That's a killer video still. Is there a possibility? Excellent. I'll get way this side. Red shirt. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Alrighty, folks, well, we are going to get underway with our junior women jump event coming up, followed by junior men. And once again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors, our title sponsor, Malibu Boats, Alabama Land Title, Dr. Dennis Rivero, D3 Skis, James Henderson Realty, CES Team 1 Communications, Kentwood Springs, USA Water Ski Masterline, Mobile's Arthur R. Outlaw Convention Center, Roberts Brothers Trustmark Investments, Robertson, Andro, and Covington Public Accountants. And big thanks to those folks. The Knights of Columbus, thank you for being here from St. Agatha Catholic Church. And they're serving up some great lunch, hamburgers, hot dogs, sausages, drinks. They've got it all going on. And if you're a little hungry, go grab a bite from the Knights of Columbus, a little bite to eat there. And, of course, a big thank you to J.R. and Ann Henley and all the homeowners here that have been so gracious and inviting us to beautiful Ski Chas Lake for this Malibu 2017 Junior U.S. Open. They've just welcomed us with open arms and have treated us like royalty, and just a fabulous weekend here in beautiful Axis, Alabama, about a half an hour north of Mobile, Alabama. And what a fun night last night with our banquet dinner. And then we all went for duck boat rides down in Mobile, and boy, what an experience that was, floating around in the bay, getting to see the Battleship Alabama and cruising through downtown Mobile, and just a wonderful experience and a fun way to end our Saturday night here as we wrap it up today with our finals competition here at the Malibu 2017 Junior U.S. Open. Had some great slalom skiing earlier today, and now we've had the jump event in the international boys and international girls, and boy, some incredible skiing by those young superstars. And now underway, give it up, Anna Gay, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise as Anna Gay comes out on the water, and just a remarkable young gal out there jumping. But what a treat to have her here. She is the current women's world champion and women's world trick record holder. Just phenomenal. Set a new record just before the Masters, 10,880 points. Masters champion, Moomba Masters champion, just an incredible young gal. And coming again from another one of those great water ski families, mom and dad champion skiers, grandpa champion skier, and mom skiing in the open division. Started off as a girls national champ and went on to be one of the great open women trick skiers. Her dad a world champ. Anna Gay coming in, jump number 1. Some nice edge coming into the ramp, got her lift and scoring on jump number 1. And has become quite the overall skier. It's just remarkable being a world champion trick skier. Loves all 3 events, and a heck of a slalom skier, runs into 38 off, and is becoming a heck of a jumper. Jumped a 124 yesterday. All righty, a 120 opening jump for Anna Gay. So a great job by Anna on her opening jump. And we're going to get to see her trick ski today, and that's always a treat. Not too often you get the opportunity to get to sit this close and watch a world champion perform. I know her dad's just tickled pink getting to sit in the boat and watch these incredible performances that she's been nailing, and just an excellent role model for all our young skiers out there. All righty, out of the Windermere, Florida area, Anna Gay coming in, jump number 2. And out of the turn, something she didn't like, and makes the smart decision to take a pass. If it doesn't feel good, Tommy, you don't want to hang on to it.
No, trust me, as a jumper, there's a few I wish I'd have let go of. And some I let go of that I didn't. But Anna is an experienced skier, unbelievable tricker and slalom skier. Doesn't spend a lot of time jumping, but is a very pretty jumper. So she knows. She's been around high-level skiing, and she knows what feels good and what doesn't. And the good thing about jumping, and I give her a hand as she gets back up. Anna Gay, charge her battery a little bit, going down the lake from Windermere, Florida. One of the best women trickers in the world. But it's a good thing about jumping is you get 3 shots at it. And that's my slalom friends often give me a grief about that they only get 1 shot and I get 3. And I tell them, well, come on and jump with me. Come on. We're ready. But so wrapping around down there, Anna Gay coming back for jump number 2.
Well, actually, it's jump number 3. Tommy had a 120 on jump number 1, a pass on jump number 2, coming in for her 3rd and final jump. Taking a 3/4 approach of this, pulls out from the right side of the boat. Nice smooth turn. Got some good edge coming into the bottom and sits down on her heels a little bit, dropping that fanny on the ramp, and doesn't get the bounce off the top that she needed, but still 2 good, respectable-looking jumps for Anna Gay as she gets this junior women's jump event underway. Want to make everybody aware our awards will be presented immediately following the trick events, so we can have everybody gather around as we celebrate the victories of our young skiers here at the Malibu 2017 Junior U.S. Open. 114 on jump number 3, so her opening jump of 120 will be Anna Gay's longest jump in this final competition of the junior women's event. And Tommy, excellent conditions. Started off a little breezy this morning. I was a little concerned when looking at the lake when I first got up, and it was windy. A headwind, fortunately, which is great for the skiers because that headwind can get up underneath the skis and give you that platform to be able to lay out over and feel comfortable in the air and have that cushion to push against. But if it's a little too heavy, it's not that much fun. Okay, so coming out for jump number 1, Mariah Fields, skiing out of the South Central region. All righty, Mariah, a member of that Alabama Roll Tide Ski Club, a student, a sophomore at the University of Alabama, skis at the Bennett's Water Ski School. And Jay and Ann Bennett, boy, what an incredible couple they are. One of my heroes, Jay Bennett, what a prince of a guy, and has an amazing ski school down there in Louisiana and hosted many championship tournaments down there. But one of the best places to learn to ski and to train at Bennett's. Mariah Fields plans to be an accountant one day. Jumped good while she was out there yesterday. At a 129, so let's see. Mariah Fields coming in, jump number 1. All righty, slow and progressive, building up speed into the ramp, but a little upper body crush on jump number 1.
Looks like she almost took it too easy on jump 1, Hank. She was very conservative on her approach, pretty narrow. And so she got to the ramp with not much angle and upper body crushed a little bit. We'll find out what the distance is as Mariah comes back by. We'll give her a hand, though. We got her cheering section over here. Mariah Fields. That's a good group of kids that ski down there. And that's a 120-foot opening jump for Mariah, so not a bad approach at all, but more to go. Mariah jumped about what did she jump yesterday? She got 130 or 129 to get into this event, so she's got a little work to do from that group of kids down at that University of Alabama Roll Tide ski team. They have a lot of fun down there skiing down in Tuscaloosa. So Mariah Fields setting up for jump number 2. Take it away, Hank.
Thank you, Tommy. Mariah Fields, jump number 2, our 19-year-old Women's 1 national jump champion. Her best jump's been a 140, so let's see if she can get a little more speed and pull from that boat coming into the bottom. Nice speed, upper body crush again, dropping that head as she hits the ramp, which is really keeping her from being able to extend up and come up and forward on top of her skis. That drop in her head's really kind of negating any lift she can be getting coming off the top of the jump, Tommy.
It looked like she actually came out of her pull just a little bit then because her left hip kind of dropped, and that's a sign that you've kind of turned back to the jump some. So I'm sure her coach is telling her to keep rotating her hips and keep driving. But at 126, so 3 feet off of yesterday, Mariah Fields. Give her a hand as she goes back by. We got the drone up here filming right now. So 126 for Mariah, 126 on jump number 2. With 1 remaining, she's the second skier off the dock in a group of 4 that made it to the finals from yesterday in this under 21 international women's event here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open. Beautiful Axis, Alabama. Not yours. As Mariah sets up for jump number 3, coming down the lake behind the Malibu.
Okay, let's see if this can be her best jump out of the 3. I think she needs to maybe bring it down just a tad bit more, a lot more drive into that bottom of the ramp, edging all the way through and getting her lift and not letting that head drop as she hits the jump. Here we go. Jump number 3. Got the speed coming into the bottom. Head didn't drop quite as much, but really didn't get the bounce off that jump and the lift up in the air. Still not the power coming into the bottom that she really needed to get the long distance. So it'll be interesting to see just where in that ballpark between the 120 and the 126. Yeah, dropping down a little bit. Didn't quite have the speed, accelerating into the bottom and losing some footage on jump number 3. So 126 will be her longest jump and will give her a spot on the podium.
Yes, indeed. Nice set for Mariah. I know it's not what she wanted, but a good set to get on the podium here at the Junior U.S. Open under 21 women's event. And look at that wind blowing, Hank. Man alive, perfect conditions here at Ski Chase in Axis, Alabama. All right, next gear on the water. Another one of these Texas girls skiing at the University of Alabama also. Miss Abby Grathwall. Let's give her a cheer, and then she comes through. Abby also a student. She's a sophomore at the University of Alabama. Somebody's edited her bio sheet. She likes underwater basket weaving, knitting. Super Mario Brothers. She's very accomplished. Somebody has edited her bio, and I don't know if she gave that a full approval or not. She got a PB at Moomba Masters this year. Unbelievable. That's a good place to get a PB down at the Yarra River in Australia at the Moomba Masters in February. As Abby goes around the turn, she sets herself up for jump number 1 here at the 2017 Malibu Junior U.S. Open under 21 women's event.
Already right now leading the event, Mariah Fields with a 126, Anna Gay right behind her with a 120, but Abby Grothball coming in for jump number 1.
Yeah, but it should be for competition. If they tie on that day, who cares what they do?
Nice slow turn, building into the bottom of the jump. Pretty decent lift. Good stand-up opening jump for Abby. It's going to probably be right in the same distance, I think, as our first two gals off the dock, Anna and Mariah. Jumped a 130 yesterday.
Random draw seems more fair to me.
116 opening jump for Abby. Jumped to 130 yesterday, so she definitely has some work to do to catch up to that performance. But not only that, to take the lead in this event. 126 leading the event right now. Mariah Fields, Anna Gay right behind her with a 120-foot jump. Well, it has turned out to be a beautiful day. I'll tell you, when we got here on Friday, the wind was horrific, white capping down the lake, and of course the tropical storm out there thought would be a real problem affecting us, but it hasn't, and we've had 2 gorgeous days here at Ski Chased. Coming in, jump number 2, Abby Grothwall coming in. Opened up with a 116, needs a big jump to take the lead, over 126 feet. It's got some good edge coming in, and it's going to be a little better, but not the winning jump, I don't think. Needs to have a little more power and acceleration coming into the bottom of the jump.
Jump, 5-1, 4-4, 5-8. Times are good. Distance 121, 36.7 meters. Distance 121.
1-2-1. So that's going to put her in the number 2 spot right now, but not to take the lead.
So on the water now, your number 1 seed. Oh, Abby's got one more jump. I'm sorry. As we go down the lake, Abby's going to set up for jump number 3 from out in Texas, San Marcos River Ranch, I do believe. Site of the 2017 U.S. Nationals. Had them a couple of years ago in 2015. Last year they were in Boise, Idaho. So Abby Grathwall with a 121 scoring jump, setting herself up, coming around the island behind the Malibu TXI here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open. Abby Grathwall from Martindale, Texas.
All righty, jump number 3 for Abby. Needs better than a 126 to take the lead. Got to have some speed coming in at the bottom here. See if she's going to get it. Nice slow start. Now she's edging into the ramp. Looks like she's got the speed, and she does with the lift. That was her best looking jump of the three. Is it far enough to get over 126?
Jump 514458. Jump 514458.
All righty, we get the times from the boats in and
Times are good.
have the distance here in just one moment.
Distance 124, 37.8 meters. Distance 124.
124 on jump number 3 for Abby, so that'll put her in the number 2 spot right now. Leading the event, Mariah Fields. Anna Gay drops into third, and we are going to raise the ramp because our next skier from Belarus, Sasha Denesia, will be coming out.
You had a last chance qualifier.
All righty, going to take a little break here as the ramp get raised to 5.5 feet. That's the open women's jump height, Tommy. Sasha going to be jumping at 33.6 miles an hour, and open women's jump speed, and she was spectacular yesterday. Had a jump of 164 yesterday. Remarkable. She just goes after it, I'll tell you. She attacks the ramp, has the lift, beautiful. Just looks great out on the water. So it's going to be fun to watch Sasha as she comes out for her 3 jumps. And then we're going to go into the junior men's jump event. That's going to be exciting. And then after we wrap up the jumping, our final event today, the trick event. And after we wrap up trickings, immediately we're going to go into the awards presentation. It's going to really be a treat to celebrate the accomplishments of these young skiers here at the Malibu 2017 Junior U.S. Open. And it's getting a little breezier. The wind's kind of picked up and died down a little bit. But, Tommy, this little breeze is almost perfect.
You think there's under 21 international men down there kind of getting a little bit antsy to get up in this? This is jumper's dream wind right here, blowing right into your face right off the jump. You got a drone out there. That's the city of Mobile, Alabama, tourism and marketing, and they're out here promoting this event, and we appreciate those guys. So when the drone comes by, you need to wave at it, yell at it. We're getting thumbs up from Team Logan and company over there that the jump is good to go, 5.5 feet. I bet he's got 22 feet and 3.5 inches showing. Is that right, Roger? Thumbs up. So we say. Going to be about 5'7.5", 23 feet and a few inches showing, 22 feet and a few inches showing. As we get ready for our number 1 seed skier in this under 21 International Women's event, and I'm going to let Hank take it away.
Well, thank you. Out of Belarus, Sasha Denesia coming out for her 3 jumps. And, of course, I want to give a big shout-out to Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing. Visit centralflorida.org. Come visit us in beautiful Polk County, the water ski capital of the world and home of USA Water Ski and the USA Water Ski Foundation Museum and Hall of Fame, and the great news of the new chapter in the life of the foundation, moving their headquarters and USA Water Ski headquarters to beautiful Lake Myrtle Sports Park, one of the nicest sports parks in the country, with 9 baseball fields, 11 soccer fields, home of U.S. Florida youth soccer and senior soccer, and beautiful Lake Myrtle, where they're going to have a cable park and be able to have show skiing and also 3 event skiing. So very excited on the future of our organizations, USA Water Ski Foundation, and our governing body, USA Water Ski, And now our number 1 seed in our junior women's jump event. Sasha coming in for jump number 1.
Now they put the little thing in there. Pacemaker. She just had a pacemaker. When you get 80,
Beautiful glide up on the side of the boat, turning with some speed, bringing some good edge into the bottom of the ramp and gets her lift. And boy, that's a textbook landing right there.
they're good, but I mean,
So that's our winning jump right off the bat, Tommy.
Yes, indeed, Hank. You can tell what the 5.5-foot ramp did. When you handle it right, you go straight up off the ramp. If you'll notice next time when Sasha makes her turn, she's going faster. She's learned how to turn with more speed. And when you start with more speed, you finish with more speed. And that makes a huge difference. Opened up with a 147. 147. She's waving at the drone. And she goes back down the lake, 147 for Sasha. She went 164 yesterday, so she warmed up right there, filling the jump, filling the boat, trying to figure out exactly where she needs to be. Every day's different. Every boat's different. And the wind's blowing a little bit. Had to figure that out, but she handled that really well. Just kind of floated out down the lake and landed. Didn't even squat much on the land. She was using that headwind to her advantage. From Belarus. So here we go, Hank. She's setting herself up for jump number 2, coming around the south end of the lake.
I think on jump number 2, Tommy, she can bring it down just a little bit more. Didn't really have that explosive acceleration into the bottom of the jump that she got yesterday. But, you know, you get out there, you feel it, got a little bit of a headwind. She'll know what she needs to do here on her counter cut to get to the spot that she wants to be to make that perfect turn and start heading into the bottom of the ramp. Here we go, jump number 2. And she's got more speed, it looks like, on that second jump. Don't know if she quite got the lift that she did on jump number 1, but really pushes it down the jump course. Very controlled, great edge control coming into the ramp, skiing up the jump, and then getting that lift. But kind of seeing that her upper body broke down just a little bit. Didn't have that back as straight as she could have. Let's make some noise. All righty, 154. Well, Tommy, you could see the speed, the acceleration she had, more so in jump number 2 than jump number 1. Didn't quite have the lift in jump number 2 she had in jump number 1, but that speed and the good lift gave her a longer jump.
Yeah, indeed. It looked like the headwind kind of blew her back a little bit, and she might have been a little early then because it looked like she lost a little bit at the bottom of the ramp because she wasn't having to drive all the way through it. So she'll make the right adjustments. To jump 154 feet, you've been over it a lot of times and been in a lot of situations, so she'll make the right adjustments and bring it down. She does make a beautiful turn to the ramp with speed, gets her hips locked in and takes it right off the top of the ramp. So here we go, jump number 3 for Sasha from Belarus.
Well, the wind is ideal, and it allows the skiers to lay over the front of those skis and have the cushion of the wind, give them that platform to lay out on. Very unique countercut style as she makes that nice slow turn, waits for the boat to start to pull her before she edges in, and there she's got some speed and some lift. That looked like her best jump of the day, just beautifully executed. Nice slow turn, waited for the boat to go, and then you could see her apply that pressure to that right ski, edging all the way into the bottom of the ramp, got the lift, stood up beautifully on that jump, gorgeous air position, and nails her landing.
153 feet, so it looked like a longer jump, but, you know, it didn't translate that way. Sometimes it fools us. She just probably didn't quite have the speed that she needed. So jump 1's going to be her longest jump, 154. Excuse me, jump 2. But a beautiful set anyway. Just a very controlled jumper, turning with speed, taking it right into the bottom and up off the top with nothing sketchy, nothing risky, the kind of jumping you like to see. So she is your 2017 under 21 International Women's Jump champion here at the Junior U.S. Open. So congratulations to Sasha. And I can't pronounce her last name. I'm not that good. We're going to move right into the men's division, under 21 men's. There's only 4 of these guys. There was 4 yesterday, so all 4 made it to the finals.
It's interesting that you should also do one with a big tournament, but with less pressure. I don't think with that much pressure, they're always skiing.
So from Grasswood, Saskatchewan, Canadian skier Adam Morris, 17-year-old, first skier on the water. Let's give him a hand. International skier from Canada, Adam Morris, coming down the lake for the first skier in this under 21 international men's division. And Adam went 133 feet to get in yesterday, 133 feet for Adam. He's got a personal best of 140. So it's tough when these junior men rise up from that 16-year-old to 17-year-old spot, and they're having to compete with 21-year-olds. So, but I commend him for being in here early in the division, just moved into it and made the final cut. Adam Morris from Saskatchewan, Canada. I'm sure springtime skiing's a little tough in Saskatchewan. So here we go, jump number 1 for Adam Morris.
Taking a 3/4 cut, pulling out from the right side of the boat. And he's just going to be smooth and progressive coming all the way in. And very early on jump number 1, he knew it and had to elect to pass. You do not want to hit the ramp slowing down. And you've got to continue to cut at the ramp, build up speed, and pull from the boat all the way in. And that time he started just a little bit early. All righty, let's give Adam a round of applause. Cheer him on. Rev up those batteries as he comes up on the water, and he'll get a pass on jump number 1, coming back for jump number 2. He's going to be followed by Cullen Parker, Corbin Geyer, and then our number 1 seed, Taylor Garcia.
I was reading Adam's bio, and this is the second time he's been at the Junior U.S. Open. And he won tricks and overall at the 2016 Canadian Nationals. He's sponsored by Dr. Gary Morris. I bet that would be his father. That's the way it goes. He likes Netflix, playing the cello and piano, adventuring the Canadian wilderness. He's a 12th grader, Adam Morris, setting himself up for jump number 3. Here we go, Hank.
Okay, bringing it down a little bit more on jump number 2, and now he's edging into the bottom. Good looking, clean second jump. Jumped to 133 yesterday. I say he's going to be right around the same spot today. Looked pretty identical to his jumps yesterday. But a nice, smooth, clean jump, very controlled. One, 2, 2, 122. So now he's got a feel of things, has a feel of that wind and how it's going to affect him once he pulls out on his counter cut. Going to probably want to bring it down a little bit more to have more speed, edge, acceleration, and pull from the boat into the bottom of the jump and up through the top as he gets his lift and floats down the jump course. Okay, jump number 3. Adam Morris out of Saskatchewan, Canada. Nice speed coming in. Good lift. I think that's going to be his best jump of the day. Very clean, very smooth. Nothing erratic, just a nice clean jump. And an overall skier. So, you know, that's good clean skiing. What you want to do for a great overall score. Cullen Parker is going to be coming out next, and he jumped to 156 yesterday, Tommy. A great performance for him. Still waiting on that jump distance on jump number 3 for Adam Morris.
How many do you speak?
Hillbilly.
Yeah, best jump of the day, 131. So a great job by Adam Morris on jump number 3 as we get ready to bring in our next skier, Cullen Parker.
All right, midway through the pack in this second skier off the dock in this under 21 international men's division at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open, sponsored by Malibu Boats. Next skier off the water from Martindale, Texas. And one of these Texas is well represented at this tournament. I would imagine maybe the most people at this tournament from Texas. From Martindale, Texas, Cullen Parker, 19-year-old, skis out at the San Marcos River Ranch. Also a member of the Texas A&M water ski team. Skis down at Bennett Ski School. He wants to be a musician or a farmer. Now that's two very different things. He's a student, he's a musician and a coach. Likes hunting, fishing, and anything on the river. I was talking to the Stangies last night from Texas, Mr. and Miss Stangy, and they were telling me that a lot of the people over at the San Marcos River Ranch were originally from the McQueenie Ski Bee out there, the ski bees from McQueenie, Texas. I remember announcing the Nationals, and like every kid there was from McQueenie, Texas, part of the ski bees. Like another one, ski bees. Here you go, Hank.
Well, Tommy, another thing you might not know is they were also show skiers as well as 3-event skiers. Yeah, so back to those old roots when we joined the ski club. You tournament skied and you show skied as well. Okay, jump number 1 coming up, Cullen Parker. Let's see if he can bang one out there on this opener. Oh, came in with some nice speed, hanging that left ski up in the air into the bottom, but got back just a little funky in the air, but he got it under control and brought it down safely. That's the important thing.
I do believe Cullen was looking at a fair amount of white surface coming into that jump. I believe he was pretty late. So he jumped 156 to get in here yesterday, and his personal best is 165. Cherry Moan coming down the lake, Cullen Parker from Martindale, Texas. They're telling him what to do. Turn those skis a little bit more, generate a little bit more angle, and you won't be quite as late. Waiting on a distance. 141, I believe. Yeah, 141 feet to open it up. So now starting to jump for Cullen, and he knows what he needs to do to take it on down the lake. Uh-oh, they stopped the skier down there. They got to talk to him. Yeah. Might need to check his fin, too. So we have a timing issue down there. I think he has an optional reride but, with a protected score, but I'll double check that in a minute. I'm listening to the radio to see how they sort that out. The boat has to match times. There's 2 jumping segments. If you'll see 2 orange buoys out there and 2 yellow buoys by the jump, and 2 more orange buoys down the lake. That's 2 jump timing segments, and 3, excuse me. And they have to match up. So he's got 3 more jumps. He got a protected score, I believe. Nonetheless, Cullen Parker, he's going to get another jump right here. This is jump 1 or 2. We're not sure. He's coming down the lake behind the Malibu TXI here to Junior U.S. Open. Beautiful ski chased, Axis, Alabama. Here you go, Hank.
Alrighty, well, this is a re-ride. He got an optional re-ride on that first jump because of the boat speed, so he's going to take advantage of it. Had to take it right now or he would lose it. So this is jump number 1. Oh, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Nice edge all the way into the bottom. Good controlled speed and momentum coming into the jump. Nice lift and beautiful body position off the top of the ramp. Floated down the jump course and definitely took advantage of that optional re-ride.
And what you could see there, folks, is just exactly what the headwind does for you. When you get elevated off the ramp with 90-plus inch jump skis. Give him a hand. Colin Parker coming down the lake from Martindale, Texas. He absolutely he utilized that headwind. He leaned over into it. His body rotated flat, and his skis rode the wind. And if you're a jumper, you know what kind of feeling that is. That's just ecstatic when you're riding that handle and utilizing that wind. Waiting on the distance on that one, it's going to be better than 141, I can promise you. He got elevation and just utilized it all right there. Colin Parker from Martindale, Texas, part of that San Marcos River Ranch crowd down in Martindale, Texas. Still waiting on the distance. Oh my, 159 right there for Colin Parker. So stepping it way up, he's got a personal best of 165, and he went 156 yesterday. So he's turned up the heat in this headwind. You couldn't ask for any better conditions for jumping than right here as he comes around the island now, and he's setting himself up for jump number 2, I believe. So here we go. I'll let you take it away, Hank.
Thanks, Tommy. Okay, a gorgeous opportunity taken to advantage that optional re-ride that he jumped all over and came back on re-ride for jump number 1 and hit a 159. Let's see what Colin Parker can do on this second jump. Now that he's got a good feel of the conditions out there, the pull from that Malibu boat, nice slow start, nice edge coming into the bottom and gets up on top of him again, but I don't think he had quite the speed and pull from the boat on jump number 2 to elevate him up in the air as he had on jump number 1 re-ride at 159 feet. Just didn't seem to be so powerful coming into the bottom of the ramp as he was on that first one. But Tommy, like we've sat here and watched them, sometimes it can be deceiving how we think it's actually happening and the distance that they actually get.
Yes, indeed. I know these good skill. Colin Parker is going down the lake for jump number 3. So 154 feet. He backed it up a little bit then. Another nice jump. I tell you, there's a signature move here. I'm seeing a lot of these guys that ski and ladies that ski at the San Marcos River Ranch, and you can tell they've been training with Mark Lane. When they cross that rake and that left ski is out of the water, they're edging so hard on the right ski. And I know Mark emphasizes that quite a bit, and you can really tell they're just locked in to a pull coming off the top of that ramp, and Cullen used it all right there with one jump remaining.
Well, Tommy, the thing I think we need to stress about that technique is it's not easy to do. It's not easy to be on that right ski with that left ski not on the water and be in good body position control and to be able to handle the speed and the pull from the boat going into the bottom of the ramp. So it's a very tough technique, and to see them do it so effortlessly is amazing. But there's that left ski up. Oh, boy. Almost got over the tip of him a little too much there, but pulled it back just at the right time without pushing it too forward. The headwind saved him on that one. That's for darn sure, keeping those big tips up underneath him. But a great performance out there. He's got to be happy with that 159. It could be exciting to see what this third and final jump is going to be.
Yeah, that was it for Cullen. I think that was his third jump. But a good set, 159. He upped his score from yesterday of a 156 with 2 more skiers remaining in this under 21 jump division. That was a 158 right there, so he was really on the, had he kept that left tip and driving through the top, That would have been in the 60 range. But hey, a good set for him. He jumped himself. Would that put him in the lead? Yes, in the lead with a 159. Cullen Parker. So 2 more skiers remaining. I think there's still some concessions available over here. You need to go check them out. Now to Columbus. Be a good time to get a cheeseburger or a sausage dog or some onions and peppers. Here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open, sponsored by Malibu Boats. I'd like to give a shout out to our web viewers out there. Thanks to Water Ski Broadcasting Company and Tony Lightfoot. Here we go, your number 2 seed skier in this under 21 men's from Pearson, Florida, Corbin Geyer. Corbin Geyer, good overall skier, has been doing this a long time, and he's turned his jumping game up quite a bit here lately, Corbin Geyer. His sister Carly skied a lot, and then Corbin came onto the scene. His father Brian skied a lot. Good skiing family from over in Pearson, Florida, kind of a mainstay in that Florida skiing crowd.
Oh, definitely. Brian and Sonia, you know, just another perfect example of great parents helping their kids fulfill their dream of competitive water skiing and chauffeuring them all around the countryside so that they can compete, and, of course, all the time that they dedicate to their practice. And I'll tell you, this is what makes water skiing such a fabulous sport. As you look at all the families that are here, supporting each other, supporting their kids is what makes us such a great sport. And coming in for jump number 1, finished up his boys 3 career, winning the national jump title, comes into men's 1, backs it up with a national jump title. So a 2-time national jump champion, Corbin Geyer, coming in jump number 1. Got some good speed coming in, and he pushes it down the jump course. It looked like he might have been a little early. Could have been a little early on that one. Had some great jumps yesterday. Jumped a 171, but in chatting with him, he said, I was a little bit early. Definitely can jump in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know what that little hand move. I think he was practicing his breaststroke a little bit in the air, kind of get me down a little bit more. Give him a hand as he comes back by. Corbin Geyer from Pearson, Florida. Your number 2 seed skier in this under 21 men's division here at the 2017 Junior U.S. Open. Thanks to the Ski Chase bunch here. What a tournament this has been. They had some extremely challenging conditions this week. Had a named storm came into the Gulf, and they are on the Gulf. We are on the Gulf right now, and there's 14 extra inches of water in this lake. Most lakes couldn't deal with that. They'd just have to cancel it or do something different, but it's actually in the lakes skiing great, even with extra water, as Corbin Geyer sets himself up for jump number 2. How far was that first jump? 173, and he didn't seem to like it, so let's see what he's got, Frank.
Well, Tommy, that was a beautiful 173, kind of waving himself down the jump course a little bit up in the air. He's going to bring it down a little bit more. It was a little bit early. Didn't have quite the drive all the way through into the bottom that he would want. So he's going to bring it down, I hope, just a little bit more here. Looks like he has. Here we go. Jump number 2, Corbin Geyer, and something didn't feel right coming right into the bottom, and he elects to let go. And he could have been early on that one, and knows if he would have continued to drive, he would have come off the left side of the jump there. So he's going to regroup, knows what he needs to do.
I'm reading Corbin Geyer's bio sheet here. He's had back-to-back national jump championship titles. All right, one more jump to go for Corbin Geyer. Come on, Corbin! He's got to ski at the under 21 Worlds, I believe, in Peru this past fall. That's one of his accomplishments. He's a boys 3 national jump champion, a men's 1 national jump champ. So Corbin's been skiing at a high level for quite some years from down in Pearson, Florida.
Well, Corbin is going to Daytona Junior College, wants to be a wildlife officer, a game warden, loves being in the woods, loves to hunt, loves to fish, love to be in the forest every day for a career. Here we go, jump number 3. See if he can make the correction that will get him on the ramp on this third and final jump. Here we go, beautiful counter cut, comes up on the side of the boat, nice speed, gliding with the boat, makes that nice slow turn, gets ready, take it in all the way into the bottom, and oh no. No, no, no. Wow. Wow. He didn't get the wind knocked out of him. And let's give him a big round of applause. Corbin Geyer out there. So great to see him moving around out there. And probably feeling that a little bit right now. And that's what makes this event so challenging. And what we all hate to see happen in this jump event. That's right. Give him a hand. Corbin Geyer, nice job. We hate to see that. That's kind of what we all sign on to when we jump. That can happen. He's a tough guy, and he'll come back from that. We'd like to see him standing up there skiing away. But a 173 is a respectable jump. Good job, Corbin. He jumped right there. So we're going to raise the ramp up to 6 feet. We got one more competitor to go.
For example, when we did the disabled world, we just tried to wall everybody. Right. She would not want to. Well, you ask her, and she says no. You see, well, that was our thought, but I wanted to see first if there was protocol. So usually when I'm doing something for put it down, I think she would probably prefer That's kind of cool, actually. Put the announcer. Who's your announcing? Chad Hunter's actually. Or are you talking about that person that does the announcing?
I'd like to give a shout out to our web viewers out there. We're webcasting this tournament around the world. And we're raising the ramp up to 6 foot, a 6 foot ramp. That's for open men jumping. And our next competitor is an open men jumper. One more jumper to go in this 2017 under 21 men's jump event. That'll be the last jump of the tournament. Then we're going to move right into tricks. Right into trick skiing. We'll be going to tricks with the junior men and junior women, and then under 21 men and women, and that'll wrap up the tournament. And we'll have the awards immediately after tricks. We'll have the awards. So stick around for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. The wind's perfect. Look at this wind, folks. Wow, wow, wow. So tough break for Corbin Geyer. He's going to be sore, but he's okay down there on the starting dock. You hate to see that with any skier. But he is leading the event with a 171-foot jump. Excuse me, 173. Followed by Cullen Parker with a 159. And Adam Morris with a 131 with one skier remaining in this under 21 men's division. So we got the okay out there, Mr. Logan. He's checking out, going to make sure that height is just where it's supposed to be. The ramp surface is just as long as it needs to be. Roger Logan out there, one of the best technical controllers in the business. All these record tournaments require a lot of technical assistance, and we have a technical controller, or a TC if you will, on site, setting up the cameras and the jump and the slalom course and the gate videos, so it's all got to be right, and he's here to ensure that it is right. We've got the city of Mobile out here, the tourism department, flying a drone and taking some pictures. We appreciate them for coming out and promoting the sport of water skiing. City of Mobile, Alabama. We went downtown last night, the duck boat tour. It's a lot of fun. Did you go on that, Mr. Grew? He did not. Well, he was calling tricks, and he was a little late to get out of here. We appreciate all our officials for taking the time. It took a long time to call those tricks yesterday, but they got them right and got it done. Well, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. We think you got them right. Well, there's always going to be controversy in tricks. There's never a trick tournament without controversy. So here we go. Nice skier, number 1 seed on the water, Mr. Taylor Garcia. They're going to get him down the lake. He's on a 6-foot ramp. Let's give him a hand out here from Orlando, Florida. Taylor Garcia, one of the premier men's jumpers in the world. I don't know what his ranking is. I don't have a bio sheet for Taylor. But he is a very accomplished skier. He say he didn't really like slalom, and he slalomed into 39.5 this morning and looked very good doing it. He can run that pass. Has run into 41. I think last week up at Lake 38 he did. But right now it's jumping, and I think he's got a personal best of 229, maybe 230. I don't have a bio sheet, so I don't know what his PB is. Somebody here will probably know, but that's a long way. The lake record right here is 198, ski chased. So he went 190 yesterday and said he wasn't hardly very late. It was pretty early. So here you go, Hank. Call it out.
Well, thank you, Tommy. Here we go. Taylor Garcia, boy, he has just blossomed into one of the great jumpers in the world today. And he's got it dialed in and figured out, I'll tell you. And watch how he stands so tall in his turn, and then when he goes and has a pull from the boat, gets that lift and pushes it down the jump course. Happy with that. And I've got to call his jump, and Tommy, since he was in Boys 2, had the pleasure of calling the jump event back in Illinois, and him setting the Boys 2 national jump record at 142. It was just unbelievable. Set the Boys 3 jump record. 188 on jump number 1. 188 for Taylor Garcia. And at the Masters qualifier this year, which I have the pleasure of being invited to announce that at Sunset Lakes, Jack and Leilani Travers, the Travers family, jumped the 226 to get the free ride ticket into the Masters this year. So when everything's right, he can really poke them out there downtown.
So yes, indeed, a pretty skier all the way around. I watched him slalom this morning. He was right spot on and jumping. He just seems to have that knack for it. Came from the snow skiing side of things. Was a downhill ski racer out in Mammoth Mountain around that Western Rockies ski racing circuit, so he's very comfortable with speed. Taylor Garcia setting himself up for jump number 2 here. He went 188 on jump number 1.
Well, let's see if he makes a correction at bringing it down just a little bit more. But this is textbook technique right here. You see him set that ski down, turns very tall position, and then just really edges all the way in and pokes another one out there. Kind of crushed a little bit with his upper body, dropped his head just a bit at the bottom of the ramp, but gets incredible extension off the top of the jump and puts another big one down there.
So another nice jump for Taylor. I know it's not what he's used to jumping, but he got real good extension off the jump and capitalized on a headwind down the lake. Waiting on a distance for Taylor Garcia. 193, so let's give him a hand. Charge him up, Taylor Garcia. We know what he's got. He's got 220 plus in the tank. And here we are at the last jump of the tournament, top seed, under 21 men, Taylor Garcia from Orlando, Florida. One of the premier jumpers in the world. I don't know what his world ranking is, but I would say he would have to be close in the top 10, wouldn't he? Young guy, too, not very old. He's a student. I believe he goes to ULL. Okay. So here we are, jump number 3, Taylor Garcia. What do you think, Hank?
Well, he's going to make some adjustments, maybe be a little smoother in his turn to the jump. A little more rhythm in that turn. Kind of opens up here, and there's some speed. Oh, boy. Thank God for a headwind on that. Had some speed coming in, broke on the ramp, and rode out a scary one there.
Jump 342046. Jump 342046.
A 190. So 193 is going to be his winning jump. Corbin Gar with a 173. Cullen Parker, 159. Adam Morris, 131. Our top 4 in this under 21 men's jump event. Well, thank you, everybody. Congratulations to all of our skiers. A great jump event in our international boys, girls, and under 21 women and men. And Tommy Newman, always fun to announce jump with you, as it's our favorite event, we hate to say, but being old jumping dogs, can't help but loving it. And we're going to make a few corrections out there on the lake by installing the trick course, getting some buoys out of the way, and we're going to get this thing going. And we have the real treat of having the best trick skiers in the world, and a treat for all of us today with Anna Gay, our women's world trick champion, women's world record holder, and to be able to have that opportunity to watch the best in the world trick ski in front of us today is going to be a treat. But Tommy, we've seen some great performances from all these skiers out here today, and of course, if it wasn't for the folks out here at Ski Chase Lake hosting our 2017 Junior U.S. Open, it wouldn't be happening. And it's all because of the support they get from the community, as well as our title sponsor, Malibu Boats, and the folks from around here in Axis and Mobile, Alabama. Alabama Land Title, Dr. Dennis Rivero, D3 Skis, James Henderson Realty, CES Team 1 Communications, Kentwood Springs, USA Water Ski, Masterline, Mobile, Arthur R. Outlaw.